hello, everybody. How are you this morning? So, a little bit different this morning. I'll do my introduction in just a moment. Hello, all of my Instagrammers. I know that you hear me well, but we are also trying to get my um, YouTube together because today we're doing our Spellcast podcast live, and we want to make sure that we have we want to make sure that we have our audio working so that people can interact because we are certain today it's gonna get messy and heavy, without a doubt. Is it sounding crackly? Okay, so we can switch it out. I'm just gonna figure out some things real quick, everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Let me. I. I'm sorry, I can't. My phone was in the way, so I couldn't see it. All right. Okay, here we go. And then the audio. Speaker to what? Okay, and then the mic needs to go to. Okay. All right. So everybody, good morning. Good morning. Yeah. So we're really trying to make sure that we get. I didn't want to jump into the pardon the podcast this morning at 11 without making sure that I can hear you guys. So what I'm going to do at this moment is I'm going to put a link here below, and the link that I just posted below will allow you to join me here right now live. I need one person here on YouTube to join me live very quickly so we can test out the audio. Whichever brave soul, hello D Flow, whichever brave soul this morning would be so kind, I would like to gift you something. So I just put a link in right here on YouTube. And I would like to give you a gift if you will join me live. I need one person, the first person that would join me live here on YouTube so that we can test out the audio to make sure I can hear you all this afternoon for the whatever that thing is called, the podcast. I would be so grateful. And in fact, I will be in ooh, who's here? Okay. Apollonia in the house. Okay. Oh, let's see. One moment, Apollonia. We're gonna see.
I'm having a rough
I'm
hair.
gonna give you a brief second because I cannot hear you just yet.
Can you hear me?
We are trying to get it going.
Can you hear me now?
Not yet. It's not you. So you just wait just one moment, Apollonia. And you let me know when you're ready. So
I'm
we'll give
ready.
this a shot, and then we're gonna get right into it.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Bonjour, everybody, this morning here on IG. Good morning. You all, I had this on my personal page yesterday. I made this post. Are you ready? Does it sound clear? Okay. So, Apollonia,
Yes, ma'am.
could you say something? If give us a good
Hello.
morning, a bonjour,
Good
or
morning,
something, because we don't hear
everyone.
you.
Y'all still can't hear
Oh,
me?
she's talking it down. I see all her mouth moving. I don't hear a word. Got me feeling touched. You can hear her. Yes, so they can hear you, but I can't hear you, and I need to hear her. So they can hear you on the YouTube. Is
Well,
it something here with the mic?
I can't see nobody words though. I don't like that.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Apollonia, I think this is the first time I've ever seen your natural hair. You have really nice hair.
Oh
It
God,
moves really well.
it's so thick. You won't see it
It
after
seems healthy. I
four
can't
o'clock.
hear you, but I'm just looking, of course. Let me ask you, Apollonia, you can just like shake your head yes or no. Do you trim your ends on a regular basis?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
It
important.
definitely seems really
You can't even
healthy.
hear
Yeah,
me.
so everyone here on YouTube can hear me. Well, you can hear me and you can hear Apollonia, but I cannot hear. And I remember when the other day when I did it, I almost think I may have had to start it over or something. Um
I can't. I can't.
oh, I can hear
I
something.
can't. You can hear me now,
I can hear you through the speaker now. What did you do, Michael? Oh, so he just turned up the volume.
Michael. Now.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
So wait, the person on this end, I could be able to see the chat.
Excuse me?
The person that's on this end, like on my end,
Uh-huh.
you can't see the chat.
You cannot see the chat?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
you
So
can't see the chat.
yes, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, everyone's giving you hellos and all kinds of things, but I can hear you. Do I sound clear?
Yes, very.
Okay, super. Wonderful. Well, we have solved the situation here. I think, but anyways, but you said that you do trim your ends on a regular basis.
I do. You probably don't remember, but last summer I didn't have no hair. Last summer I had finger waves.
Really?
Yeah, last summer my hair was about this short.
Wow. I don't remember, but no, but either way it goes, your hair looks healthy. It looks good.
Cute.
Yes. So, anyways, I thank you so much this morning for coming on here. Just stick with me very briefly here. Let me give my introduction. Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Je suis Cotalia Benson, mon nom est de la Livre Renédu de l'école à Pierre, mon nom est de la Livre. Bienvenue sur mon chaîne et bienvenue chez Country South and CountrySouth.com. This is your sunrise readings for October 18th. I am joined with the amazing, my spiritual niece, Apollonia.
Good morning.
And I just wanted to make sure that we had our audio working here in the space. So this afternoon, when we do the podcast regarding um, fraudulent spiritualist and fraudulent education, that everything is working. So I am just super, super grateful to have you here, Apollonia. To see the chat, you need to minimize your YouTube video, is what someone said, Apollonia. So you may have to minimize the YouTube video in order for you to see the chat. But because you are here with me live, I want to grant you, first and foremost, before we begin the sunrise readings, a personal reading. So you can give me one question that you have or three questions that you have. And I would just like to, again, everything is symbiotic, so I don't want you just be here giving and I'm taking. I appreciate your efforts.
First of all, as much as listen, no, I can't even get deep into it like I want to, but I feel like I owe you.
Oh, thank you.
So at the end of the day, yeah, but I do got a question though. I ain't gonna pass up the offer.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I I know when I got my personal reading, I know what you said, so don't even do it. Um, should I not do the hair business at all, or can I do them both? There you
It's
go.
well, here's the thing. Apollonia, you know the answer. I know that you know the answer. I know that you know the answer.
I just
Um,
like my passion though.
but see, let me express to you that thing, and I want everyone to listen to this thing. You cannot confuse your passion with your profession and your profession with your purpose. Those are three totally different things. Your passion feeds you, but if it's feeding you, don't expect for it to feed your mouth. A lot of individuals feel, well, we are brought up in school to think your passion has to be your profession. and it doesn't. The majority of the time, your profession is something that you're really good at, but you probably really don't like doing. It does not mean that this is always the case, but the majority of the time it is. I have a friend, an incredible um fashion designer. He loves making clothes. He's loved fashion, but and that is his passion, but it does not pay his bills. So he's really good with numbers. He's really good with people. So he decided to go into being an insurance agent. And now he's paying his bill. He's very solid, incredibly financially able to do whatever he needs to do, take trips, so forth and so on. But when he needs to ground, he taps into that passion and he starts making and creating. Now, again, your passion is not your profession, but your profession is not your purpose. Your purpose is that thing you were conceived for, to be a service to either your family, maybe, your community, maybe, your region, maybe, your nation, maybe, or the globe. Okay. And sometimes it's incredibly, and what a lot of people also don't really like is sometimes your purpose could be, as I say, simple, but this isn't simple as all at all, but it is, your purpose is to be that mother. Why? Because you are raising the next president. Why? Because you're raising the next neurosurgeon. So your purpose is to be that nurturing figurehead for that child. Sometimes people purposes um is just to be, whether that is to be your best or to be your worst. Why? Because just being you is an inspiration to someone else that is watching as a service, for them to be okay to be themselves. Sometimes it is to be that worst, horrible, hateful individual, to teach others and the world what not to be, because you don't know what not to be if you don't see what not to be. You don't know how to be greater or to strive to be greater if you don't see someone being great. That doesn't mean that you got to teach people how to be great. It's just to let you, it's just to show people or to inspire people that this is what greatness looks like. This is what moving in faith looks like. This is what being authentically true to you and all things possible looks like. Okay.
Okay.
Madam Aphrodite, upper shrugs and hugs. See, this is a fool in here because we got
You know, I,
started early. We got started early this morning. Um,
I do got one question.
oh,
It's not,
I haven't even answered the first
uh,
question. Now, now listen, let me get to your first question. But I just wanted to communicate that. Now, as my niece and as my student, I bring up first and foremost, you know the answer.
you know, I'm just a little bit hard headed.
Even if you're hard-headed, I want you to start trusting what you know. That
Okay.
is your gift. You know, a lot of you look for me as the confirmation, but I did not give you that knowing. That's yours. That's your blood. And you have to begin to trust and know that. Don't look for me as the confirmation when you know that knowing is the confirmation. And that is what I need for you all to really begin to Aphrodite and IG. Is that Aphrodite? Yes, that's Aphrodite. um, because so many of you, it's not that you're hard-headed, it's just that you don't trust your gift, or you don't trust your own knowing. You don't trust your own discernment. And yes, I am here and I'm willing to give you that confirmation, but talking about that purpose, my purpose is to make sure that you know how to trust that when I'm not available, to trust that even when I am available, you know. And so that's the important thing. So I do want to answer your first question. And I hope everyone takes something away from that. Should you do the hair business at all? Uh, is that the French cinnamon? Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept. So, Apollonia, I need to ask you, what do you know you should do? Should you do the hair business? Yes or no?
Right now, no.
Let me show you what your gift doing. That is a no. But what do we have here?
I can't even see it.
That's the 5 of diamonds telling you to be logical. So exactly what you just said. Right now, no. Right now, no. So it's a no, but be logical. And that's what you're doing. And so I just wanted to prove to you, you knew the answer. You knew the answer and you knew exactly what to do. And let's just look and that's just a quick yes or no. But let us look deeper into these cards. So again, when we do read a yes or no, we use we read the opposing card, right? Because that gives you your actual answer. But if I just say, well, let me still just look over these other ones, you get the 8 of clubs, which tells you about being that boss, about being that leader, about taking control and understanding the 4 of clubs. Okay. Meaning this is the source to some of to your issues. And maybe it be the source of your blessings. So if you're logical in this, you will get what you want. You can take control of your life. You will get to the source of the things that you want to do. So I just wanted to prove to you, and hopefully you prove to yourself that you got the gifts and abilities to know what to do. It's just a matter of you trusting what you know to do.
Understood.
Okay. So I
Oh,
just wanted
yeah,
to
that's
say
it.
what now?
I only got one more really kind of important one because I got a 9:30
No worries. Go ahead,
meeting.
give it to me.
My other one is it's my oldest son. Okay,
What do you know? Is he okay?
I honestly,
So I'm gonna
I,
tell you right. So what go ahead.
I was ready to say I honestly don't know,
And that's
but
fine.
I feel that even though he's in an unknown place,
Mhm,
um, that he is like I don't feel nothing bad. And
mhm.
last time I did, something bad really did happen, but I just be wanting like really know for sure.
Yes. So just to further that I really don't know is also very valid. So even in that thing of like I really trust myself and I truly know my abilities and my gifts, there are moments and times when you don't know and that mental clarity, when you don't have that, and I'm going to tell you, the distraction here is the emotions.
Cool.
So it's the fact that you are emotionally tied to this individual. So there may be some biases. You hope for the best. It's your son, but spiritually separating the emotions from what is that spiritual gift can become a little bit um obscured in some ways because of your emotions. And so when you don't know, that's when you pull the cards. But as you said, you you honestly don't know, but when you took that moment and took your breath just to go, but I feel that he is, you tapped in. You actually tapped in. So when I pull the cards, what do we have? Once again, Apollonia, you are correct. He is good, but you got to trust this situation that he's in. Even if he's in a good space and it may not be the most favorable space in your eyes, trust the process. This is a lesson that he is learning. It's a life lesson that he's learning. So if it's a life lesson, he's good. Whether it's a tough lesson or a loving lesson, he's good.
Understood.
So it's just super important to, again, and that's what I really try to tell people, that when it comes to me and my students, my nieces, and individuals that are around me, I am not here for you to depend on me. I am here so that you can depend on you, your blood, your gifts, your abilities. It's not about me. And so, for anyone that's watching right now, you really see this is how I am constantly pouring into my people on a regular basis. This is not the Queen Co show. This isn't the Queen Cotalia show. This isn't the Hoodoo Queen show. This is truly, how can I make sure that you are connecting? Because one day, when I decide, hey, look, my work here is done, and the ancestors call me to the ancestral realm or whatever, can you depend and trust in you? And that's what all of this is for. That's what all of this is about. So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to get my audio together, number one. Number two, giving me the opportunity to assist you in your understanding your gifts, trusting your gifts, but also providing you with some confirmation of the things that you are that you had questions on. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, my dear. I will speak to you soon.
I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, Madam Aphrodite, you are so silly. But one day my purpose here will be done one day, and then my purpose will begin on the other realm, and that's just the reality of it. So I just thank you again, Apollonia, for giving me the opportunity and getting my audio together. Um, so everybody, again, this is your sunrise readings. We will be doing our readings right now, because I also have a very um important meeting right at 9. So I'm gonna get through these readings here very soon. Madam Afro, we gonna have to go get her. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I appreciate and love you too, Apollonia. And that's the reality, everybody. I mean, when it comes to me and my students, me and my clients, I really, really care, which is why it makes it really hard for me, because it makes it hard for me because oftentimes, and it's really unfortunate, oftentimes I see where I'm pour life into people, I'm encouraging people, I am I am giving people hope, and this doesn't happen often. I would say it won't happen. It doesn't happen. Does it happen? I don't know. Anyways, but the point is there are some individuals that I pour life into, that I give hope to, that I encourage and really want to see them thrive and grow and build and expand and elevate and all of those things. And the support is not reciprocated. Um, which is why I posted the other day on my personal page, if you're not supporting, listen, I'm just looking for a thumbs up. I'm looking for a little heart like. I'm asking you to share. If I can't see those things, I'm not pouring into people no more. If I will not be investing in things where I don't get a return on my investment. I will not be planting seeds in infertile ground or grounds that are um, unappreciative, to be honest, you know, there are some individuals that have been right under my wing and have grown and I see their struggle and I still and I'm like, "Girl, you can't even give me a like." Now you gonna like and repost and share a lot of other things, and I know seems it seems very, remedial, it seems very surface level, very superficial, but here's the truth. Here's a very huge truth. Um, the new location here is here on Airport Boulevard, 1880 Airport Boulevard, Suite A, if you are looking to get an in-person reading or pick up products. Um, but here's the thing about it, like, some people may say, "Oh, well, it's very superficial, it's very surface level, you can't." Here's the reality, here's truly, um, most individuals right now, their reality is social media. Your expressions through your posts, your expressions through your shares, your expressions through your likes really is an indication to where your mind space is, where your mental is, where your heart is, where your investments are. And bonjour Nelly, bonjour. Um, and for that particular reason, um, it cannot be ignored. So when I'm looking and I'm going, "Okay, well, when you were under my wing and under my tutelage, um, and even after I've given, I've watered, I've nurtured, I've given compassion, I've given insight, I've given perspective, um, but day by day by day by day, you're reposting everything, sharing things. Even when I repost and share some of your things, I don't it's not reciprocated, you know? And so, it's just important to say, just for anyone that's watching, please do not sow seeds in infertile soil, and definitely do not sow seeds in environments or communities where they are unappreciated, okay? So let me get right into this. Air signs. Air signs. You definitely deserve that at the very least, and and I, for one, hope you feel in love and support for myself because oh, no, I do, Jessica, I do, absolutely, and I mean, and there are some individuals that I know without a wavering thought, and you are one of those individuals, Jessica, and the thing about it is, I am not looking necessarily for, loyalty. I'm not looking for loyalty, but just some support. Just a little, again, thumbs up makes a big difference. A sharing the video makes a big difference. Um, then they gaslight you as if you were wrong for wanting reciprocity. Yes, indeed. Absolutely, we love you dearly, and I will, um, slide on any grandma for you. I just want to say thank you, Queen, for all you do. Honestly, thank you. Speak on it, even if it's your vibe, your repost can find, other supporters. Exactly. It really, really does. It makes a difference, and people don't, mean, you definitely embody giving. It takes nothing to support exactly, it really takes nothing at all. And let me say this, because a lot of people are like, "I love you and thank you," whatever else. And so let me say this, I am not saying these things, the engagement post made so much sense. It does. Um, just like I literally sent out some posts on my personal page and was like, "Just please support. Let's see what we can do." And when I did that, I think what 1,100 um new individuals knew who I was for the first time because I asked, "Let's share this video," and it was done, it was beautiful. So anyways, I don't say these things because I'm asking for and reaching for, these things. I know the majority of you that are here because almost the exact same number is here every morning. About 40 people on YouTube, about 13 to 14 people here on IG. You all are the base. You all, you are one on one, the only one. You know, you all are my community, and I recognize and receive that. And, so it's not you here, um, but because the ones I'm talking to aren't here, you know, um, and it's that thing. So, yes, all right, um, unique, yes, indeed, that's what you are. Air signs, let's get into it, okay? Hello, Tamalan, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So many people have joined because of the shares. Exactly, exactly. But here we go. Let's go. Air signs, air signs, air signs, air signs. Air signs, nous avons the 3 of clubs. The 3 of clubs, my air sign, communicates, beautifully communicates that today there will in fact be life lessons of misunderstanding, disagreements. It's so funny that I say this and I think about my parents. I grew up in a household, um, where I never saw my grandparents, great-grandparents, parents, or aunts or uncles argue ever, ever. I did not grow up in a household where arguments were present, and people go, "Oh my goodness, what a blessing." It wasn't. It was not a blessing because that is not realistic, and that comes from growing up in a spiritual royal household and having to present publicly perfection and 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 this reserved energy and all of this stuff, and so arguments and disagreements were not, never were presented. It took me up until I think maybe 3 years ago or maybe 4 years ago was the first time, um, I believe I heard my mom and dad become frustrated with each other, um, and oh, that who I wouldn't argue either. That makes sense, come to think about it. I was like, 'cause my papa, um, that makes I did not think about it that way. I did not think about it that way, Petter. Um, and so but y'all, I almost had a fit. I felt my laptop bag on the ground, and I was like, "I know good and damn well that is not my purse. I kn it had better why is it on the floor?" I was really about to be and I've never done that a day in my life, but it's 2023, I wouldn't put it past me. So anyways, I never grew up in that space, but a it was not a, it was unrealistic. It was unrealistic. So when I began to get in relationships and people would disagree with me, I associate that with "you don't love me," or, um, "You are unworthy of me," "You are undeserving of me," um, and I even carry some of that with me still today, It's not as bad, but honestly, like, there is absolutely first and foremost, as a royal, it is disrespectful to raise your voice, and that will not be done. I don't care if you can disagree, but to yell, you will not do. You can disagree, but to be, aggressive, you will not be. You can disagree, but you absolutely, will not, belittle, berate, or ignore, or dismiss. That, monsieur, ce n'est pas nécessaire, monsieur. No. No, 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 no. You will not. It is absolutely unnecessary, and it does, oui, ça me dérange. Um, it bothers me. It bothers me. It absolutely is, disturbing. It is very disturbing. D'accord? So, um, and so when it comes to this, day for my air signs, just please recognize and know that there will be disagreements today. There will be something that sort of, um, that definitely doesn't align. Do yourself the favor in finding understanding. You can obtain any disagreement or chaotic, um, expression, my husband and I never argue after a while. I was like, "Do we do we not care enough to disagree?" That's a thought. That's a thought, like, but you don't but disagreeing is one thing, arguing is another. Arguments are not necessary. Disagreeing and finding solutions are. Had I had that growing up, um, I probably I have not had a lot of relationships, in fact, um, but I do feel the relationships that I've had would have gone differently, still probably would have ended, but that aspect would have been different because the disagreement and the solution is important. Is it really? Yes. The rain and the sun is important. Yes, yes. The day and the night is important. Yes. Um, so it's just super, super important for us to really be able to receive that. Yes, disagreements may come about in my day, but how do I receive, react, and respond to that? Do I respond and react in a way of aggression, or do I say, "Let me find" my brother taught me this, um, was this my brother about the peace? No, this is something that my brother gave me a conversation about peace and having peace, but this was actually something that I experienced that I brought about, that came to me through my journey as queen. Um, Understanding that chaos is the absence of understanding, and finding understanding is the, action to create peace, but you have to have the will, the want, the desire to understand if you want peace. Uh-huh. Well, welcome, Coco baby. Mhm. Alright, let's get into the next sign. Water signs. Water signs, nous avons the 3 of spades. The 3 of spades. The 3 of spades communicate that today there will be an element in your life to some capacity that you will not be able to regain. Normally, when this card comes up, this is if I'm just gonna be straight with you, if I'm gonna be frank with you, this is the card of death, because once something dies, it's dead, okay? So people say, "Well, trees die in the winter, they come" they don't die, they go to sleep. They're sleeping, they're hibernating. We should be hibernating too, to be honest. It's so odd, you humans. Y'all go heavy in the winter. That's when, like, society, capitalism, the business of things, professions got you busting your tail during the natural time of the year that you should be reserving your energy so that you can put forth proper, efficient efforts and energy in the spring. But I digress. So when it comes to this space of this card, it does mean death. It does mean death. But it is honestly losing something that you cannot regain. And the majority of the time, that is time. So my question to you, or my conversation or element to you, my water signs, is be aware of who you are investing your time into today. Who are you investing your time into today? I'm not s 'cause because time is the only asset in your life that you cannot regain. Point blank period. You cannot regain it. You cannot regain time that you've lost, okay? So, please make sure that you absolutely are in fact, um are present in your, intentionality of giving time to people today. Are you deserving of my time? Is this deserving of my time? My time will not be wasted. But then you have to also go in and also just go into that conversation of what else in my life could I lose that cannot be regained? It may be a relationship. You may have an argument today, and this may be the end of it, and there's not gonna be a comeback from it, and it is not, it's okay. It is perfectly fine, because where there is not because where there, where that space is no longer where they used to hold that space, it is now it is now, open and can be, received by something else. So whether it is, the death of time, or and can't be redeemed back, or someone or something, it is only creating space for something new, okay? I did forget to mention everybody, 'cause, I was working on, uh I was working on, um, my audio at the beginning. Please remember, I just remembered to mention this. Please remember that the October community service is available. Everybody, I do not normally push the community services out there, but this is one of these annual services. This this one, November and December, are the ones I'm gonna definitely speak to, and to the ears it falls on will be the ones that it matters. This community service opens your roads spiritually. Are your spiritual roads open, not your mundane roads? If you are gonna be blessed by Hajjan in November, this is gonna be the one that you need to do. Can you be spiritually blessed if your spiritual roads are blocked? No. Can you be mundane blessed if there's a roadblock? No. So it's important to remove those things, eliminate those things, and so forth and so on. The links are in the bio and in the description box here on YouTube and IG. I forgot to mention that. I do apologize. I'm doing Live Rise. How do I make sure I can get this community service? The link is in the description box. Okay. Thank you. Fire signs. Fire signs, we get the Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts. Boop, boop, boop. Try to make sure the light hits it right. Okay. So the Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts communicates to the fire signs that today we need to trust our hearts. We need to move with our heart. We need to allow our heart to be the lead, to trust what we feel, not what we know, not the spiritual knowing, not the mental knowing, but what our heart needs is what and this is how we have to move today. We have to feed our heart. By feeding your heart does not communicate feeding your necessarily your passion, but to feed what you need, feel alive, to to to, um, acknowledge and honor your being. Um, I had an experience, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was an emotional experience that fed my heart because I felt desire, um, and that was something that I needed in that moment, and getting that feeling of desire and that feeling of being needed, um, and wanted, I accepted and received, and it made me understand that maybe life is not about the relationships you find and the people you meet. Maybe it's about feeling alive through um, these emotional, mmh, le mot, j'ai oublié pardonne-moi, je suis désolé ma chère. J'ai oublié pour le mot, um, the emotional experiences, the emotional, events. Um, it is the kisses of life. It is the hugs of life. It is the it's almost the feeling I have when I'm riding horses and I'm cantering and we're got petit galop, um, and it's this little gallop, this canting, this controlled galloping that makes you just feel like I'm connected to this being, to the earth, and it's alive. So it's that thing. Um, but understand that when you do this card, the Ace of Hearts, though it is about letting your heart take the lead in those things, it is also very important to recognize, that this is this is it should be a positive thing, but it could also be heavy emotions on a negative perspective, but normally this is a very positive card. D'accord? Super, voilà. Et pour ça, nous avons pour Earth signs. Earth signs, nous avons les amoureux. Les amoureux. The 2 of the 2 of hearts, my loves. The 2 of hearts. The 2 of hearts communicate that today your focus, your concentration should first be on or could be on your romantic life, if there is one or you want one or you need one. It says, "Give yourself the opportunity to love today if you can. Go to a bar, go to a lounge, go to an arts gallery, go to a space and place in which your person could be." D'accord? I had to be on a recount for air. What is this, Florida? Oh my goodness. Um, so there's part. And 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 co if not communicating, focusing, or understanding your space of love or romance, this card is communicating that things are gonna be aligning. Your value, your environment, and people should be aligning today. This is a card that says, because things are aligning, this should be a smooth day for you. Don't fight. Thank you, ancestors, as I'm hearing it now. Don't fight what's right. Don't fight the things that are aligning with you. 'Cause sometimes you all will work against yourself instead of working with yourself. And so I just wanna be certain to communicate that. Don't work against what's working with you and for you. Absolutely work with it. Um, if things are moving forward, move forward. Don't accelerate. Just go with it. D'accord? Merci beaucoup, pour aujourd'hui, for the day. Thank you for this morning, ce matin. And, this has absolutely been a pleasure. I thank you all so very much. I do wanna remind everybody that today this is so super important. Don't go anywhere. Um, Today, we do have the, Philcast podcast on spiritual fire and fraudulent education is available. You have to be a member on YouTube in order to see that live. I want y'all live today because I wanna hear experiences. I wanna hear what you've been hearing out here in these hoodoo streets, and so we can get some things straight about some stuff, some information, the things that you've heard or that you're hearing or that you're seeing. Um, I want to get some things straight, okay? So that's super, super important for you all to be with me today. Now, here's the thing about it. If you are if you are in fact, do I have it here? Okay. Um, it is on YouTube. It is on YouTube. It is on YouTube. Yes. Please save the live. So the live will be saved on YouTube. Crystal Music. You can go to YouTube and see this live today. But also in regards to the Spellcast podcast. Once you become a member, every week I make a post to say, click here to join the live. Okay. When you see that, it'll say click here to join the live. You click that, you'll be able to join the live. Once you are live, I will send a link in the comment section that allows you to join the stage. So just keep that in mind. So some people say, "I'm missing this, I'm missing this." Make sure that you have your notifications on. If your notifications or your post notifications are not on, you probably are missing things. But I put a post in the community in the focus podcast. Say click here, you can see the live. Okay. Again, I thank you all so very much for being here today. I'm off to my next meeting. Many blessings, everyone. Y'all have a great, wonderful day. Be super duper blessed. What can I do to silence my emotions? Like, what kind of self-work? I honestly don't know the steps to take. What See, now that's a whole podcast on my personal page because you should not be silencing your emotions. You need to be acknowledging your emotions so that you know if something feels right, if something feels wrong. You then need to acknowledge what emotions are you feeling. Are these emotions that are coming from fear, anxiety, stress, or are these emotions um of possible worry and warning? Is emotion a spiritual trigger? Are these emotions coming up because there's something that you need to know? That is a very loaded um situation, okay? All right? Um, so it's super, super important to to understand that. So there's not gonna be a general, "Oh, well, just do this," or, "Oh, just do that." We need to dissect what that is. Um, I will have you on my podcast, and we'll talk deeper about that, and just so we can really tap into a meaning of those things, okay? You all have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you so very much. See you soon. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.